Alright, welcome in race fans. This is Jason with First Gear Network, bringing you live coverage of First Gear Racing GT3 season, GT3 series, round 11 of 12 from VIR. I want to thank y'all for joining in and tuning in with us tonight as we're getting close to 1 week away from the end of this season's championship. Right now we're following fastest in qualifying. He was the fastest in practice, Travis
Yes, I
Roberto.
see you flashing.
146.379 on the board. Really good lap. Tonight we're set up for our usual two races, 15-minute sprint and a 45-minute feature. We've got just past the halfway mark in qualifying, so 10 minutes left, just under 10 minutes left of qualifying before we get to our first race, the sprint race for this evening. He's in the 13, is second on the board. Newcomer with us tonight, Jareth Walker in the 43. Brought Pinky out to race tonight. Third fastest. Edwin James is fourth fastest currently. Fifth fastest in the 45 car. Mustang. There's another Mustang of Jonathan Hambrick. He is sixth fastest on the board. Tommy Thompson, currently seventh. And then Corey Crandall and Mark Owlett are eighth and ninth currently. They're on pit road. Oh, and Travis around his last lap by was a 146.
Go ahead, Court.
Or no, last lap by was a 147. And his best lap's a 146.379. Kyle Heath at a 146.99, so 0.6 of a second between those two. There he goes with a 146.333 for Travis. Got that car hooked up tonight. Super fast. We'll end up tonight, looks like, with most likely 9 cars in the field. Checking here with the 46, new paint scheme for him this week. Simping ain't easy, it says. Nice design with the black, white, and gold with the gold wheels. I think if I read that right on the back of it, it says, "We buy netcode." Edwin's last lap was his fastest so far, on 148.97. Hear tires spinning there. Looks like Tommy got loose right in front of Edwin there. No harm, no foul. Andrew Groves just jumped up to P4. 148.76. Lap for Andrew. Puts him up to P4. Knocks a few drivers down the podium here for qualifying. Just under 4 minutes left in the session. Bumper here of the 45, looking back at the 43. Minutes left of qualifying here, so Andrew and Jared staying close. I don't know if I'd say he's obsessed with you. I think he's making a point, but you guys are gonna have to talk it out. That's what I would do. You see the Simpin' Ain't Easy car. Running P5 currently. Getting faster. So is Andrew Groves and Jareth Walker. These lap times are getting faster and faster every time these guys come by. That time by Edwin's a little bit slower. He's not going to have enough time for another lap. Looks like the front of this field is going to be locked up, it looks like. Check back in here with the 60. See if he comes across the stripe and does anything different here. 149.56. Better lap. Still keeps him P6 on the grid though, but his best lap come on his last lap there. Good run. This track is super difficult. Way more for me because I'm not normally running these cars anymore, and I got in and run some laps here at the beginning of the session, and yeah, tough track. So shout out to all these drivers out here putting down these lap times because it is super difficult for me. I haven't been in a GT3 car other than, I think, what was it, Road America? And that's been it for me this season, so definitely rusty. And haven't raced VIR in a long time. It's been Mazda Miatas GR86s, you know, almost 2 years ago. Been a long minute. So definitely can feel the rust of acclimating to the track and everything, and these cars and how they want to handle and grip, and figured I'd change it up when I hopped in, drove the Corvette, and of course that car drives like a bag of rocks. So see a lot of Porsches up in the front here, starting for our 15-minute sprint race. We got Porsches 1, 2, 3, Travis Roberto, Kyle Heath, Jareth Walker. Got a Mustang in the middle there in fourth of Andrew Groves, another Porsche of Edwin James in fifth, another Mustang, Jonathan Hambrick in sixth, and another Porsche, Tommy Thompson in seventh, and then back to a Ford of Corey Crandall in eighth, and then there's a McLaren. There's something different. Mark Owlett, P9. Field is gridded up on pit road, so most likely we will see a full pace lap, be my assumption here. Let me make sure I've got my radio turned on right. There we go. Good luck, everybody.
Appreciate you coming out to race, Jason.
Yeah, that didn't last long. I'm back in the booth.
Maybe I can give you another performance in the Mustang tonight.
We'll be watching, brother. Good luck. As the field waits for me to not grid up, because I'm in the lobby as a driver, we'll be off and going here very shortly. Just a couple more seconds, and then there we go. Missed start for me, and the pace car should start rolling here any second. The night's field will have five Porsches, 3 Mustangs, and 1 McLaren. Says I had some drop frames, so I'm just playing with my system right now to see if we can make it a little bit better. My computer's going through heck in a handbasket here lately. I think my CPU's about to fry, so try to stay on tap with only 9 drivers on course. but road course graphics and all that, I have that turned down to kind of help. So we'll see if we can keep a good broadcast tonight. I think we're in for an exciting battle tonight. The field being as mixed up as it was based off of time. I mean, we had a few second gap between the field first to ninth, so probably going to get a little spread out. Maybe a little hectic with everybody so close to begin with, but as the race goes on, kind of feel like it'll spread out a little bit. This track's pretty long. It's narrow though, so if you get in the passing zones, it could be super tight. So we'll see how these cars race tonight. We'll see how Travis and Kyle battle up front here, with Travis being just super fast right off the bat, running down some really super lap times tonight in practice and going into qualifying. So good luck to all the drivers tonight, and hope we can put on a good show for everybody. One of the longest pace laps ever, but part of the game when it doesn't let you choose a short pace lap. So we're getting there. Beautiful weather here at the racetrack. 2-mile-an-hour wind, 70-degree ambient temp, track temp 92 degrees, cloudy skies, 62% humidity, no chance of rain. I think we're in for a good one, and I see my track map already glitched on me, so let me fix that while we're starting here. My apologies. Alright, waiting for the flagman to throw that green flag.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. Travis Roberto to the jump. He has the early lead going down to turn 1 here. Cold tires, cold brakes. See if the pace lap help these guys out and get some heat in their tires. And everybody seems to make it through turn 1 just fine. A little bit of battling further back as Corey Crandall has gained a position over Tommy Thompson. Andrew Groves has gained a position over Jareth Walker. See the field coming through the S's here. Great camera shot. Love the overhead shot here. That's pretty cool. Pack of them back here in the back. Corey Crandall, Jonathan Hambrick, Tommy Thompson, and Mark Owlett, as these guys are battling through the S's and up the hill, back down the hill. Tight left-hander. Everybody makes it through there. Back up the hill, hard braking right-hander here, and then another sharp right-hander. Got to roll it through here. We see 2 definite groups on this first lap. All the 35 is the 60. Takes a look on the inside here, gets the position on him. As under braking, they almost touch. They both make it through there okay. Put Jonathan Hambrick up to 6th, Corey Crandall back to 7th. Further up the pack, completing lap 1, Edwin's in 5th, Jareth is in 4th, Andrew 3rd, Kyle is in 2nd. Right on Travis's rear bumper here as they come through turn 1. Got to catch the right moment for anybody on track here trying to make a pass. Not every corner is a good move for passing here. You got to find the windows, hard under braking. Maybe get lucky on the back stretch coming out, using the draft to maybe make a pass on that straightaway like we just saw Jonathan do on Corey earlier, because when they got to the braking zone, he had position on the inside for braking. So definitely got to make those moves at the right time. See what if anything happens coming out of these right-handers here coming out of the backstretch, which is pretty long. So you can have a good corner exit here and stay in the slipstream, the draft, however you want to call it. Maybe gain a little bit of time here. You see on the ticker on the left-hand side there, it is closing, but not very quickly. Still a half a second gap, so I don't think nothing can happen this time. These guys are out here running qualifying laps, so really super fast. Again, this is just a 15-minute sprint, so we are 3.5 minutes down already. This being a longer track with minute and 40-some second lap times, we will only get a handful of laps in here. As Corey Crandall, oh, Jonathan Hambrick, issues for him. Check in and take a look, see what happened here. Jonathan really stretched away from Corey and them, and then, oh, misses the corner. Bends it into the tires. All right. Can't miss that braking zone
my bad,
at all.
my bad. Oh, shit.
Oh, no, no, no. Kyle and Travis get together. He backs it down. Rest of the field's not stopping. That brings that second pack right back up to
I was trying to be
him.
a little cautious to that section here in the first part.
So contact and sportsmanship. Kyle held back after making contact with Travis there and let him get back going, and still has the lead, but the rest of the pack was coming. Andrew Groves is up to P2. That pack was coming. Kyle gets to the inside of Andrew. Andrew gives him a shout to go ahead. Puts Jareth and Edwin right behind Andrew. Again, two definitive packs. Looks like the 60's still on pit road, getting towed, maybe getting a repair, not certain. Yeah, he forgot the pedal in the middle. That one's pretty important.
I swear I didn't mean to hit you, Travis.
No worries.
All right, so we've completed 3 laps in this heat sprint race. About 6 minutes down. 9 minutes left. Looks like the 60's coming back out on track. Looking further back, these 3 here are staying pretty close together. Still love that camera shot. Oh no, Jareth is off track flying. Oh my goodness, we gotta go catch up with that real quick. Oh my goodness, did the curve get him? Oh, it pulled him. He got tires in the grass, goes for a ride. Gets a lockdown and gets going again. That's going to put him further back. Still in front of the group of Tommy Thompson, Corey Crandall, and Mark Owlett, though. Check, there's Tommy in 6th. He's up a spot. Corey and Mark are around Jonathan here. Corey's pulled out just a little bit of a gap over Mark. Travis and Kyle. Kyle's closing back in under a half a second as they come down the front stretch here. Andrew's kind of hanging there in the middle, and it looks like Edwin just a little bit further back. Jareth is a little ways back now. He lost a good amount of time flying off the track like that. You get on the grass, it's still super slippery like ice. It's just hard to slow the car up to be able to get it going in the right direction. So he slid a good bit there. As we threw this section, we've got we've got a battle for the lead again as Kyle is there. No bump like the last lap or anything like that, or 2 laps prior, I guess it's been. But Travis is running really good laps. Let's see, lap times on the board. Fastest lap in the race has gone to Kyle. He does have it's by about 4/10 of a second. No, sorry, 2/100 of a second. I was looking at the wrong number. The last lap by was about 4/10 faster than Travis as he was gaining back that time, trying to catch him. So now we'll see kind of how these times pan out on this lap. Looks like a lot of off tracks are happening. Guys are having issues. Just going through the field, just checking on everybody here. Everybody's back on track and safe. All right, 5.5 minutes left roughly. And that fastest lap last time by, Kyle Heath, 146.74, only 6/100 of a second faster than Travis. So now he's got to him, and one thing to catch him, one thing to pass him. Certainly when both drivers are super fast and this track is so tight that there's not a lot of good passing zones. So you have to really work hard to set it up to put yourself in a good spot to pass in the passing zone, so that way you don't risk contact and wrecking out. So see these guys flying through the left-hander here, coming down the hill, back up the hill into the braking zone. Travis is hitting his marks. So is Kyle. Kyle gets a good exit there, and he's gaining, but it's I don't know if this straightaway is long enough. He's still 2/10 back. He might be, but they're coming up to the braking zone here. He looks. Yeah, he backs it down. He says nope. And that's kind of what it looked like. It looked like there wasn't going to be enough room there, enough time. Follows him through the corners well there. Still loses a little bit of time. It's hard to drive through these technical corners right behind somebody. You can't, it's hard to hit your marks so close, so you usually lose a little bit of spot. And we see, looks like got more cars jumping to pits. Looks like the 60 jumped to pits. Checking in here just to see what maybe happened to him. Oh. And looks like Mark and Corey also had an issue here. Oh, big damage for Mark there. Did not see where that happened. Oh. Like Corey spins off here, gets loose, and the car comes right back in front. Oh! Tough hit. So they both tow to pits as well. So back up front. We're coming to the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes left. These guys are getting ready to hit the back stretch here. As Kyle tries to get as close as he can to Travis, get a good exit. He is gaining time. It's about like it was last time by. Down under 2 seconds though. A little bit earlier. This gap is definitely closer than what it was last time by. We'll see, does he take the peak? He is looking. Falls back in, it looks like. Yep. Just not enough to get beside him. And you getting beside him really isn't enough. You've got to have position going into that corner. You don't want to be trailing, because that's where contact can happen. That lead car, you know, has to make that turn still. So it's super tight there, because it's a quick left into a tight, slow right-hander. Hard under braking, so you don't want to make a mistake there. Coming down the front stretch, he's looking. Kyle is looking as they get the braking zone. And we're coming to 2 minutes left here in the session. Kyle opened all the beers. Leave no beers behind. He's just drinking them out of a 64-ounce Stanley Cup now. A little wide there for Kyle and just loses a little bit of space, but he's starting to gain it back here. But we're getting ready to hit these fast S's. This combination leading up to this backstretch with just a minute and a half left to go in the session is very important. He's only going to get one more lap like this to try to make that backstretch work. So they come around the corner here, up the hill, a hard right-hander, and followed by a tight right-hander here. Can he gain that momentum on corner exit? He is closing 3/10, but he is further back than where he's been the past 2 laps. So I don't think there's enough time to get beside him here. Just now at 0.2 of a second gap. Yeah, they're going to come into this braking zone. Nose to tail again. Kyle looks a wider entry. Get the room for drive off, a little straighter exit. He's definitely closer than he's been. Can he hold it? Nope, it drops back a little bit. Now he really tries to cut that last right-hander. Really doesn't gain enough time though. He's at 2.5 tenths. Come down the front stretch. This should be the white flag lap. We only have 30 seconds left in the session, and Travis Roberto just ran the fastest lap of the race, a 1:46.688, and 1:46.76 for Kyle. So he lost a little bit of time there. Now he's trying to run different lines to see if he can get a better drive off than Travis. Shortening the entry to try to have a straighter exit. Knowing that this is the last lap, this is where you got to try everything, and he is close. He's just about 1/10 of a second. That's less than I mean, you got a couple bumpers there with the lines of gap between the two as they come through these S's. He loses some gap there going through that high-speed S's, and now here we go, down the hill, right back up it, hard braking zone, carry these cars through. Can he widen out that corner to get a straighter exit? He come back 4.5 tenths behind. He's gaining, but he is further back than he's been the past handful of laps. So Travis is holding off the eagle for this sprint win. Watch him come through this section here. Right-hander, followed by another right-hander. And that's going to do it. Checkered flag should be out. There it is. Travis Roberto is our sprint winner tonight. Congratulations to Travis. Well done.
Good run there, pal.
That was fun to watch. Nice job, Travis.
Great job, Travis. Good win.
Yeah, good driving.
Andrew Groves comes home 3rd. Edwin James comes home 4th. Jareth Walker gets P5 in his first sprint event. Tommy Thompson 6th. Mark Owlett will come home 7th. Corey Crandall 8th. Jonathan Hambrick 9th. All right, so we'll have our 5-minute break here, and then we'll get on to the feature race. Good luck to everybody. Great run there. That was really fun to watch, Travis and Kyle. That was fun.
Be nicer if he'd just fall off way further, not make it so stressful.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do that. I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, he's a robot, unfortunately.
All right, so here we go. We are end session. It's a 5-minute warm up. It's a
Well,
5-minute break.
Crashed you. I could have kept going, but I thought that wasn't fair. That was a bullshit mistake. So I'll let you, keep your position.
He went to get a drink of water, Kyle.
Now, if we can only teach this robot to not cuss over the airwaves.
Kyle, how many beers does it take to drive like that?
Great question by Tommy. I love it.
I guess AI is not really intelligent.
I'm pretty sure there's worse things on YouTube than what I just said.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that, but just trying our best. Thank you though.
At least I didn't say Andrew's favorite word.
Yes, please, let's not do that.
I can't wait till I get unbanned.
Try this out and see if it lets me do it. See if it works and doesn't lock up on me. Make a lap with y'all and ride along with me here. 'Cause I try not to tear this car apart. Really gets loose under braking there. You overdrove it just a hair because I couldn't get on the brakes real hard because it wants to come around on me. And I missed the S's. Oh, terrible. This is why I'm in the booth, folks.
You know, I want to invest in a helmet for Kyle that holds the 2 beers with a straw that hangs down from him.
That would probably make them faster.
55.833.
I just opened up another.
And there you go.
He probably got one that holds 4 already.
If you open another, then sorry, Roberto.
Yeah. Is that how he picked up those 4 or 5 tenths per beer?
The more he drinks, faster he gets there.
So you can drink and drive?
Can I get an ELL?
Yes, sir.
Dang it, Jason. Start me on the outside because you're in here.
Thank you.
Edward, give him a pass-through penalty.
I would, but I don't want it to DQ him and throw him off the broadcast or something crazy like that.
Sorry, I had my mic muted. Rude.
So who starts the race here? Me or the 35?
The flag. Alright, so field is set. Inverted field. Tommy Thompson took an EOL to go to the back, but we still have a lot of cars in front. The field is inverted from finishing positions for the sprint, so Travis and Kyle will be in the back. And it looks like, at least with the lanes and how everything worked out, Kyle would
Edwin,
kinda,
give me an EOL
yeah,
real quick.
pretty high here.
It's too late. You don't get one. You're good.
Jonathan Hambrick's going to be on the front row.
Will you
Corey
guys get a
Crandall.
penalty before passing me before the start finish?
You're basically already in the back.
Alright, so we have the field adjusted, 2 EOLs for Tommy and Andrew. Yeah, Austin, I do like the McLaren. That looks good. Mark looks good in that car. It's got great paints on all of his rides. We'll see what happens here with the basically the top 5 ahead of Kyle Heath and Travis Roberto here on this start. Just got to make one more set of corners here. A couple rights. There's one. Here's another one. Pace car will pull off down the pit road. And we wait for the flag.
Green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. Jonathan Hambrick gets the edge over Corey Crandall going down the front stretch here, coming to turn 1. Really tight racing. Looks like Kyle got ahead of Travis there on that start. He did start a row ahead of him though. Oh, I hear Corey is sliding, locks it up. Hopefully there's no contact. He resets to pits really quick. Looks like everybody got by okay. And we've got Travis and Mark here side by side. Travis up to 4th, Kyle up to 3rd. Edwin and Jonathan ahead of him. Looks like Edwin's a little wide there, maybe running it wide on purpose. That way he gets a better entrance into that second right-hander because he gained on Jonathan there. Kyle and Travis are coming though. Got 2 separate groups of 4 on the track. Going down the backstretch, looks like Edwin's looked to the inside but did not take it. He backs it down. He's got that 13, the Eagle, right on his tail. Coming down the front stretch, could see a couple different passes here for position. Looks like Andrew's getting by Mark for 6th. Travis to the inside of Kyle. Inside of Edwin. Oh, inside of Jonathan, and Jonathan's right there. So close. Jonathan has the inside line going into this left-hander. See what happens. Side by side they are still. He clears them. He's going to leave Travis and Kyle. Okay, Kyle is let Travis back in line so they get, you don't want to go side by side through here. You're going to give up so much time. So great move by the drivers getting back in line. Now they're going to try to make a run on the 60 coming up through the faster S's. A little bit wider, but still really single file. If you get out of line here, it slows both cars down that are side by side. So, oh, I hear somebody mowing the grass. Jareth Walker is off the track, it says. Yeah, we got off into the grass just a hair. Continue in with this lead pack here as Travis is right on the tail of Jonathan. They are close. It's a 1/10 of a second. Like, he's going to have the momentum here. He looks outside, looks inside. Watch under braking. The 60 holds it. Wow, what a drive. Heck of a set of corners there. Travis is looking again. They are all nose to tail here. Crazy great racing by these drivers. Alright, down the front stretch they go. Looks like the 60's gonna leave the inside just enough for Travis to get to him. The 13, uncertain which side to go on. Looks like he's gonna go to the inside as well. 46 as well. Ooh, so close, so close. Alright, so new leader. 0-20 to Travis Roberto. Andrew Groves just ran the fastest lap of the race with 149.44 in that Mustang. Great lap by the 45. So here we go. Travis is in front of Kyle. They're nose to tail. We'll see what happens on this run. And again, this is a 45-minute race, so it does require 1 pit stop for fuel. So we'll see if that shakes anything up here tonight. See, Andrew and Jareth, they're both running pretty fast. I know Jareth went off track, lost a little bit of time, but he's right there behind Andrew. And then a little bit further back is Tommy and Mark battling for 7th and 8th. Corey is out of the race. Shot there down the backstretch. Travis has stretched it out here. 9/10 of a second lead over Kyle. Got that clean air, no no trouble in front of him, able to run down some really good laps. I'd probably expect to see this lap be pretty decent, although he did make the pass going into turn 1. The rest of the lap was super clean, so let's see what it says when they cross the stripe here. See the 60 back there flashing his lights on the front stretch. Flashing him at the Simpin' Ain't Easy car in front of him, Edwin James. 146.353 for Travis. That's darn near what he ran there for qualifying too, so heck of a lap for Travis. Kyle followed behind with a 147. Lost 0.7 of a second that lap to Travis, so the Eagle's got to find it if he wants to stay with Travis here. About 2.5 second gap between Kyle and Edwin. I think Jareth Walker's getting on the back here of Andrew. They're pretty close. This is pretty tight. Oh no, 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 Jareth! It got loose on him in the fast S's again. Oh. Don't want to pull out in front of another car, mindful of it. And there's another car coming, so okay, he gets going before Mark gets to him. All is well. Tommy gets by him for position. Jonathan, they had an off track as well, it looks like. So some off tracks for some drivers, but check back up front, closest battle. It's down to 0.7 of a second. So Kyle, he's found something this lap. He's going to run a quicker lap than Travis this time by, I expect. Travis puts down a 146.58 and a 146.46 for Kyle Heath. And again, just be mindful, we do have a pit stop. All cars must pit at least once for fuel, so strategy will come into play. Kyle closes into the braking a little bit. Can he stick it on exit? They're pretty even. Yep. So he gains about a 0.5 entering the corner there under braking, and then keeps it even. And we're now coming down the straightaway, getting a little bit of draft. He closes in just a little bit more. Up on the gearbox of the 028. Just right along here for a moment. Checking further back here, Jareth Walker has caught Tommy Thompson. It's a battle for 6th and 7th. Pinky's got a bulge on the nose, kind of protruding at the center of that nose there a little bit. Some damage with his off track. Should be able to get that fixed when he makes his pit stop for fuel. Don't really know if it's hindering him much right now, as he's been able to close up on the 7, but hasn't been able to get by yet. So we'll see. Just caught back live with the 60 here, going down pit road. Looked like that car was pretty heavily damaged. Let's go back and see if we can catch a replay of what happened to the 60 here. Catches it loose on that left-hander nose first, right into the barrier. There goes the hood, bumpers off of it. It's a modified Mustang now. He's close to pit road, so he drives it down pit road to get that thing fixed, and he's back out on track. Jareth did get by Tommy for position. That was 6th and 7th. Now it's 5th and 6th with Jonathan's incident. Jareth is 26 seconds behind Andrew Groves for 4th, so going to have to lay down some laps and maybe a little misfortune as we check in here. Andrew's just crossed the start-finish line now. He's still closing on Edwin, so I think this is going to be a tight battle as we get further in this race between the 46 and the 45 for 3rd. And Kyle Heath is on the bumper of that 028. Gets a run on him here, but really nowhere to put it because you're coming up to this higher, faster S's here. There's just no good way to be side by side. So you got to roll back, be patient, make sure you don't miss this fast left-hander. Get down the hill fast. Here he goes with a good drive off. Under braking, nope. Travis holds him off. Good drive by Travis. Heck of a drive. You got to be fast and defensive. So you got to drive, drive the track, and you're driving the mirror. You're using that to your advantage. I'm seeing where the 13's peeking out at, where he's making these moves to put the car in the right spot where he can't make that move either. So come down here in this fast left to a tight, slow right. He gains a little bit on Kyle there, just a little bit of a breather. Looks like while we're following this, looks like the 80 had an issue. Let's check in. Touches the grass. No! Hard into the tire barrier. And then that right front wheel is locked up. And then the car just whips around on him. Darn it! Darn it for Mark and the little rescue McLaren. Hopefully we can get that thing back on track. Right in the passenger seat here in the gyro cam. Gap increases just a little bit. And then now I just caught notice, looks like maybe, just maybe, a little off track by the 46, lets the 45 get by him. Oh, gets loose going around that left-hander. That's a fast left-hander too. Nose first, bumper off. Looks like the toe is okay, but the Simpin' Ain't Easy car is a little damaged. You might buy netcode, sir, but that was no netcode there. That wall jumped out and gotcha. So we're back live here. Coming around the final corner here. The sun's coming out a little bit more. He's going to stay on track with the damage to that front of that car and send it. Checking back up front, we've got Travis still over half a second lead over Kyle. Yes, sir, Mr. Klein. Roxy does look good. We'll check in here with Roxy. Again, a little damage to the front nose, just a little bit, but still putting up a good fight. Nose is protruding a little bit in the center there. Running P5 currently. Looks like Mark Owlette got his toe, got his repair. He is coming back out on the track now. This battle for the lead just won't stop. Kyle keeps getting to Travis. We are at the 17.5-minute mark. He looks to the inside again coming up this backstretch, but just does not have the position. Nerve-wracking for the, the 028. He had to spend the sprint race with the 13 in his mirror most of the time, and here he is in the feature with that 13 breathing down his neck. He's right there. I don't know what's going to happen here. These guys, wow, look at the entrance and the braking there that Kyle gets, closing that gap. Kyle trying to sweep in a wider entry, get a straighter exit, and that's keeping him closed up on the 028, who is I'm not gonna say defensive lines, but he's running definitely a lower entry, trying to make sure he doesn't leave a door open. I mean, that's the thing. You want to run the line that doesn't open the door to the inside of these corners. Wow, just flying over the curbs. You can see the 13 gets a little wide there. He just pushes a little bit more. And hard under braking. Back around here, see if he can get the drive off. Uses all of the track and curbing. 2.5 tenths behind. He is gaining. Just this backstretch is long, but not long enough to get position when you start that far back. He's down to a tenth. He's looking. Nope. Gotta get almost side by side to really give position there. So that backstretch is a trick. It makes you feel like you can get it, and then when you get to the end of it, you really don't have. Oh!
Shit, God damn it! Dang it!
Contact again. It had a really good corner.
I'm gonna safe on entry now.
That should be clearable.
Yeah, I got to hold the 40-second hold if that could get cleared. I won't cry about it though.
It's cleared.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so we just saw some craziness there. Contact between the 13 and 028. I mean, it was tight racing, but we were riding with the 13 when it happened. Let's slow it down here a little bit. As just a really good corner. He's just driving into it under throttle and gets right to the back bumper of the 028. And it gets him loose and it spins him. I mean, it's one of those things. He's trying to make a run off of that to use the front stretch to carry that run to be beside him, and just had way much more speed right there than Travis did. They almost came together there out there in the grass, so really lucky that didn't happen, and both cars are still going. Travis has got his pit stop done and completed. A 16-second stop, mainly probably just for fuel. So now you set the bar for the Eagle. Okay, buddy, you got the lead right now, but you still have to pit. And looks like the 13's coming down this time. Looks like the Mustang of Andrew Groves also going to make that pit stop now. Right with Travis here as he's trying to catch. Kyle's halfway through his pit stop roughly, I would assume. 12 seconds in, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, he's up to 18 seconds. This is a longer stop for Kyle. 21.58. As Travis passes on by. All right, so the 028 back in the lead.
Pitting out, pitting out, pitting out.
Jareth Walker, who has not pitted yet, is P2. There's Roxy, P2. The Eagle, who just came off pit road, P3. Andrew Groves just came off pit road as well, P4. Edwin stopped a lap earlier. He's P5. And Tommy Thompson, P6, has not been on pit road yet. So Tommy in 6th and Jareth in 2nd. Neither of those drivers have been on pit road yet. We've got 25 minutes down,
Thank
20
you,
minutes
Edwin.
to go.
Cold tires.
Yes, sir.
Right now, the gap between first and second and third, I mean, that gap is 8 seconds. So Travis has the lead he wants, the lead he needs. He's got his pit stop over with. Hopefully 16 seconds is all he needed for fuel. Looks like Kyle's going to get by Jareth here and Roxy. Give the Eagle P2. Now our next battle on track is going to be this 46 and 45. Jareth Walker, after getting passed for second by Kyle, has come down pit road. He's going to get his pit stop underway. That puts Andrew up to third, Edwin up to fourth. Should keep Jareth close. He should be close. Yeah, oh yeah, because Tommy's coming down this time. So yep, that's going to keep Jareth in fifth, Tommy in sixth. Jonathan, I'm looking to see where he's at on track. I don't think he can get to those guys before they come off, but he might be close. Looks like the 43's rolling off pit road now on the track map, and Jonathan's just about to make the last right on the front stretch. So yeah, it's going to keep Jareth in fifth. Tommy's not rolling yet, so this could be a position for Jonathan. Waiting to see. There it is, updated. Yep, Jonathan goes up to sixth. Tommy's in seventh. In the 7 cars, he's exiting pit road now. Heck of a battle these two are putting on. Andrew and Edwin for third and fourth. This is for
Edwin.
It's for a podium. Good to see the Symphony and Easy car when he made his pit stop. Got a new front bumper on the car. Fresh and clean. See if he can keep it that way for the remainder of the race. He's trying to hunt down this 45 car of Andrew Groves for third. See, can he close in on him at all here? He's within about a half a second. Getting through the S's here. We have this fast left-hander. Loses a little bit of time there to the Mustang under braking for this right-hander. Oh no, he touches the grass. Ah, darn it. Just put the left side tires on that grass on the outside, and that's all it takes. There's just no grip out there. And this track, again, like we were talking about earlier, is not as wide as a lot of road courses we go to in certain sections. But when you try to get all the track you can, I mean, these guys are ever so trying to get it as close as possible. So just a little bit too far out for the 46 there, and a little bit of grass, and now he's fallen 4.6 seconds back of Andrew. So some work to be had if he's going to try to get back to Andrew with 15 minutes left in the race to go. As an update here, just checking in on Kyle. Andrew just ran his fastest lap, 147.514. Good lap for Andrew. Kyle has trimmed the gap to Travis, is down to 7 seconds. So he's got to trim a second every 2 minutes. I don't think that's pretty much a second a lap. Or, you know, that's a lot of ask. Every lap in a third, he's got to be trimming a second off. I don't think that's going to happen, but he's trying. He is for sure trying. Maybe Travis trying to make sure he stays error-free here. Maybe not pushing super hard, but looking at lap times. I would say his last time by, he was a second slower than his fastest lap of the race. So maybe, I don't know. It's hard because here we go crossing the stripe and Kyle's 6.5 seconds back. So Travis just ran a 147.2. Kyle ran a 146.75. So that's only a half a second that lap. He's got to make more time than that if he's going to catch him. Then again, catching and passing, two totally different things, but that gap is kind of staying right around 6.5 now. So when you need to constantly be gaining, I don't see that it's going to happen. It's going to take something else to cause that to happen. So 028's got the lead, got the clean air. He's got a comfortable lead. He's just got to manage it. Make clean laps. Don't miss your mark. Kyle's kind of stuck with that 6.5 seconds back now. Andrew is 10 seconds ahead of Edwin now. I think Edwin might have had another off track, it looks like. So that's put him a little bit further back. Jareth Walker still in 5th. He is 30 seconds behind Edwin, 4th. Then it's another 21 seconds behind Jareth for Jonathan, who is just spun. So he gets back on track. No harm, no foul. But he has a closest competitor to him is Tommy Thompson, who is now only 8.5 seconds back, or about 8 seconds back of him. So gained some time on Jonathan there for 6th. Mark Owlett is going to be running 8th. He is a lap down to the field. Had some issues earlier. But he is still rolling. And he's putting down 150, 151 lap times. Last time by was a 156. So a little bit slower there on that front. Last lap by, Travis ran a 147.2 to Kyle's 147.0. So there's some gap being made up, but we are almost at 10 minutes left. And so 10 minutes and 6 second gap, I mean, that's a big ask. These guys have been pretty closely matched all night. See the back bumper on the 028. It has a pretty big dent in it. I'm guessing that's from the contact with Kyle. Like it actually dented the center end pretty hard there. Tommy Thompson lets the leader go by. that'll put down to 6 cars on the lead lap. So Jonathan is the last car on the lead lap in the 60. Currently running 6th. That gap to Kyle is at 5.6 seconds, so really no gain, no loss, no change there. Last time by, Kyle ran a faster lap by about 0.5 of a second over Travis, but now we're hitting the about to hit the 8 minutes left to go, 8.5 right now. 13 is catching the 7. Maybe a little close off track for the 13. He loses a little bit of time there. Back in the hunt though. 6.3 seconds is our gap from first to second. Third is 23 seconds back. That's Andrew Groves. And he has a 8.9 second lead, 9 second lead over Edwin James. Here's Jareth in the Roxy scheme. Running 5th. Good first outing for him running with us. Good to have you racing tonight, Jareth. We really appreciate you joining us for tonight's race and joining the league here recently, new member. Good to have you on track. Good run for that car tonight.
Thank you.
Yep.
Travis just got by Jonathan. That puts him a lap down. So that leaves us 5 cars on the lead lap. Gap's down to 5.4, but we're under 7 minutes to go. Again, I don't think there's time. Travis has run great tonight. Really great run by him, and getting max points against Kyle Heath is always good. I know the championship battle's not as close as he'd like, but he has really flourished in this GT3 series, and Travis has brought a fast car to the track every week. He's had some incidents that haven't gotten him the finishes that you'd expect for how fast he was running, but overall super fast on these road courses and super consistent when it comes to lap times and speeds, and really appreciate him racing with us this season, and hope for more. It's fun to watch these battles between these top guys that are super fast in these cars, just doing lap times that are unimaginable. I don't know how they do it, because I can't get anywhere close to it even on tracks that I'm comfortable with. What these guys do with these cars to get them around these tracks this fast. So again, he won the sprint race tonight. He started on pole, and he's on his way to less than 5 minutes from now winning the feature and taking a sweep, which that's something that we've seen the Eagle do multiple times this season. So this will be a good run for Travis. This is much well deserved, much well earned. Jonathan Hambrick and The 60 just ran his fastest lap of the race, a 1:49.604. He lets 13 go by. Shout out to Andrew on his way to a top 3 tonight. Podium finish, most likely. Good looking Mustang there. I'm not a big Ford guy, but it's a good looking Mustang. Love the paint scheme. It's got First Gear Racing on the side there. He's showing the love for the league and the brand, which we appreciate. And pretty neat green and black paint scheme on that car. Those Mustangs sound good. American muscle, and it really comes through good. The exhaust note on that car. It sounds good. Check back up on front. Looks like Kyle Heath fell back a little bit here. Gap's down to up to 8 seconds now. So last lap by, Kyle had a close call somewhere. No report of any off tracks or anything, but something happened there where he gave up a little bit more of a gap. Looks like Travis has caught Mark here. We're down to just a couple minutes left. Mark pulls off to the side. And Mr. Delta put Mark 2 laps down for the race. Probably the last car he's going to see on track. Got a pretty wide gap out to the next car now that's on track, and that's Jareth. He's just crossing the start-finish line now. So Travis is... Oh no, we got a report. Edwin James crashed. Pushing a little too hard maybe. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's in the middle of the crash, so let's... Down. Oh, right side's on the curb and right into the barrier. Oh. Dang it. Well, the nose is still on it, but that was a tough hit. Edwin's still in 4th though, but he's only got a 7-second gap on Jareth now. So if anything else happens, Edwin, who had a car earlier in the race that was running for a podium, now battling to hold on to 4th and survive. We're at the last 30 seconds. This most likely is the last lap of the race. By the time they get back around to the stripe, the checkered should be out. We're going to have Travis Roberto getting the evening sweep at VIR. Alright, so we've hit time. We're past the 45-minute mark, so again, this should be the last lap of the race. Travis comes out of the last corner. Just waiting. There it is. Checkered flag is out. And Travis Roberto is going to win tonight's race and sweep GT3s
Awesome
at
win,
VAR.
Sorry about all those bumps I gave you tonight.
Kyle Heath's going to get P2.
No, no problem, dude. I was panicking. I was trying to find my talk button until I was coming to pit, but I kept missing it. It was kind of my fault, but thanks, Kyle. Good race.
Andrew
Thank God this
Groves
is over.
is going to come home P3. That 45 car. Flashing the lights. Podium for Mr. Groves tonight. Congratulations, sir. See you in the booth here shortly. Awesome job. Great job by all the drivers tonight. So that's going to be our results. Travis Roberto first, Kyle Heath second, Andrew Groves third, Edwin James fourth, Jareth Walker fifth, Jonathan Hambrick sixth, Tommy Thompson seventh, Mark Owlett eighth, Corey Crandall ninth. Those are your running results for tonight's feature race in the GT3 series. And as we are just waiting here for drivers to hop into the waiting room, we'll do some interviews. Got it all keyed up for our third place finisher tonight if he's paying attention. Mr. Groves to the waiting room. Mr. Groves. Well, we're going to do it backwards today. Let's do Travis first. Travis, this is Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Jason. How's it going?
It's going good, man. How about that for you? A clean sweep tonight. Pole, sprint, and feature.
I know.
You got it all to connect. Had a little bit of trouble, but that was just mainly tight battling between you and the 13. Fast car tonight. You were fast right off the bat. What is it about this track? What did you find? Where's that secret at on this track? Because you had the 13 hunting you down, but I think you had the faster car all night. I think he was in position to be able to kind of stay in your tracks more than anything. What kind of helped for most of that race.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much of a secret. I don't really like this track very much, but it's got a lot of braking zones, and for the most part, that's usually where I'll make up some of my ground on the other guys who are good at like just those compound or high speed sweeping. Some of those I lose time in compared to everyone else, but yeah, it went all right. I was trying to take it a little bit easy on the equipment early on, so that's why I was a bit off the pace and probably threw Kyle off because I was trying not to burn up the tires too much because I've lost it quite a bit in practice trying to maintain the same pace, 10, 15 laps in. So I was trying to go a little bit easy on, but at the end of the day, it worked out and kept most of it clean. Thanks for the black clear on the pit entry because that would have been a whole different story. So
yeah, absolutely. Heck of a drive though, and those battles with Kyle were fun to watch. It definitely the sprint race one. He just got in he was trying to be as close to you as he could to try to get a run off, and it just under braking, just a slight tap. I think we were on car with him for both of those. And then that one in the feature, had no idea you were going to pit road. He just had a great drive through that corner. I'm like, he's been working, trying to figure out how to get a run off of a corner, and not knowing that you were pitting was what caused that. But yeah, still good, clean racing by both of you guys.
Yeah, that was my fault. I was desperately trying to hit my button box, and I couldn't find the push to talk, and by the time it all happened, he got in the back of me. So that's my fault. I should have told him.
Yeah, still good racing. Yeah. It happens.
Fun.
You're over there turning that wheel, you're twisting, you're going to town. The last thing you're thinking about is where's my button, and then when you have to, even take that moment to try to find it, you don't want to make a mistake there either. So that happens, but nonetheless, great racing.
I hit every button on the left side of the steering wheel except the push to talk.
Yep, I've done that before myself. I've actually GT3 race last season. I went to hit my pit limiter to at Charlotte Roval and accidentally hit the yellow flag button, and we actually had a yellow
Uh-oh.
flag during a GT3 race. It was the first
Yeah.
ever. So the guys still give me a hard time about that. I've made some mistakes like that before.
It happens. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that was a fun race. I enjoyed it. Kyle did a great job. He's tough. He just doesn't really make mistakes ever, and it's obnoxious when you're racing him because you would love for him to make a mistake and give you a 8/10 cushion. He just doesn't do it. So
Yep.
you
And
got to
tonight
keep your
you were
nose
able
clean.
and tonight you were able to do that and handle that challenge of having that car in your mirror for a good portion of the race and stay up front and stay clean. And again, the pit thing is that happens. That wasn't you guys racing or anything like that. That's just that happened. But other than that, you had a very clean race. You were hitting really good lap times the whole event. You kept it clean. You kept it on track, and you did a great job. So congratulations to you on the sweep tonight. Any before we let you go, any shout outs, any thanks, anybody you want to thank?
Well, the same folks over at Frozen Tundra, the Octane Outlaw guys, and I've actually picked up a kind of a coach here for the GT3 from another league. He's worked with me a few times. That was Chris Newman. I'm sure he's not listening, but if you are, thank you very much for your help. He's one of those guys that puts like a second and a half per lap on me. He's one of those freaks. So he's giving me some insight and things to improve on, and I appreciate all the insight from everyone and all the help. And thank you for the league. I've enjoyed it.
Awesome,
and the broadcast.
Man. Yeah, it's been good. It's been fun, and you guys between you and Kyle really being the two fastest cars this season, and Kyle kind of having the upper hand on finish and just finishing position has kind of made that points lead be a little bit more stretched out. But tonight to see you put it through from beginning to end was really fun to watch because I know you've been doing that. It just you haven't gotten the results to follow it, and today you got all of it. So congrats to you, sir.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great night. We'll see you,
you
next week. Season finale will be at Road Atlanta next week.
I do like some Road Atlanta, so that means it's going to be a terrible week because when I like to track, it never works out. That's just
well, hopefully
that's just
we
how it
can
goes.
change that fortune for you next week, okay, bud?
All right. We'll see you in a week.
All right, take care.
Bye.
That was Travis Roberto. Now we're going to bring in Kyle Heath, Mr. Eagle. Let's get him in the broadcast. Kyle, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. So P2 in the sprint and the feature tonight. Anything different you could have done to get by Travis tonight, or did he have it figured out and just nothing that the Eagle could do? Couldn't drink enough beers to get any faster or anything like that?
Well, one thing I could have done different, whenever each time I bumped him, I could have just went ahead and just kept on going, kept on trucking. It would have been a different outcome.
Yeah, for sure.
But I felt like both times in the sprint race when I hit him, I did not think that he was going to break that early going into I don't even know what corner that is, and he ended up breaking a little bit quicker than I thought he was going to break, and I ended up spinning him out. And I was like, you know what, that's a BS move. I'm not going to sit there and go. That was, so I let him keep his position, which now I wished I wouldn't have because I wrecked him again in the feature race. It's like, what the hell is going on here? He's like, I wasn't expecting him to slow down coming to those last little kinks on the front stretch.
Yeah, we were riding along with you when that happened, and you could tell you were getting a heck of a run on him, but not knowing that he was going to pit road or trying to slow up to make pit road really threw that off, and you still kind of backed off and did what you did in the sprint race. Hey, it's a mistake. We're not looking to race like that. And then he made his pit stop, and he had a much shorter, 3.5 second shorter stop than you, but he didn't have to get back up to speed like you did, and that gap was just too far after you made your stop. To be able to make that up, but still a great drive.
If I would have known he was coming in the pits, that wouldn't have happened. But I had such a good run, so I was gonna, like normal person, stay on the throttle, get a good run, go high or low, which I needed to do. But I didn't know he was coming in the pit. If I had known that, I would have gave a little bit of extra space or came in the pit with him.
Right.
That way we would have been on the same page.
Yeah, you guys put on a heck of a show.
really screwed me up. I was driving my booty off.
Yeah, you were. We were watching the gap close and watching your lap times. You were putting down lap after lap after lap. Just you were gaining where I was like, hang on, I got to put the time left in the race and compute this gap. Is there a chance? And then I figured it out. And I was like, ooh, that's like he's got to gain 2 seconds or a second every 2 minutes left of the race. I'm like, that's hard to do. But you were making big strides at it at first to where I thought it was possible. And
yeah, I screwed myself up. I ended up cutting one of the corners a little bit too deep and ended up getting a black flag. So I had to get back up like a second.
You fell back
and
to
almost
like 8 seconds back. Yeah, yep. I remember catching back up and seeing that you had fallen back, and I didn't see any off tracks or anything weren't noted on my thing, so we didn't actually see what happened, but that makes sense. But still, nonetheless, great drive. With the finishing second in both the sprint and the feature race tonight, I can go ahead and congratulate you on your GT3 championship, as that lead is too much to get back in one race. So congratulations to you, sir, on locking up that championship for a second season in a row.
I can take next Wednesday off. I want to be there next Wednesday. I really enjoy Road Atlanta. I think the first time I raced actually Road Atlanta was I bought it our last season to do Road Atlanta, and it took me a couple of laps to get that track down, and I think that was a track me and Adam Lowe had a good race on. I can't remember if it was that or Canadian Motorsports Park. I know it was one of the two. It was one of the weird tracks that
Canadian Motorsports Park. You and Adam had a great battle at last year.
Okay,
that before last week's race.
Okay, it was that one. Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was. I know it was one of the two, but yeah, Road Atlanta is fun. So, I'll be there. I'll be there next Wednesday. Have some fun. Since I just bought this track just to race in this league, I'm gonna make my purchase worth it.
Absolutely. And I'm actually going back to take a look at it right now. Road Atlanta last year. Trying to get it to pull up the results here. Adam Brady finished second to you in that race. Adam was second, Travis was third, Adam Lowe was fourth, and it was just the four of you that finished on the lead lap.
Yeah, I don't think Adam Brady's here anymore.
He is not. Yeah. But yeah, that was a up and down track. I remember it was fun, but I think I had a couple issues. I didn't finish in the lap down there. So, and y'all had pretty big gaps. Adam was 12 seconds behind you at the finish, and then Travis and Adam Lowe were 54 and 59 seconds back. So Travis said he's excited for Road Atlanta. You're excited for Road Atlanta. We'll see if you guys are battling it out again to end the season for another race win.
Yeah, hopefully I won't cause too much carnage next Wednesday than I did tonight. It's just crazy. That was my first time racing these cars with these cars on this track. I was so used to, slower cars like the GR86s and the Miatas.
Yep.
So I just wasn't quite used to these cars. And I did a little bit of practice before tonight, and, I thought I might have had it down, but I didn't. So I was pretty much using Travis to see how he was going through the corners to kind of get a good notion of what I needed to do. And, I was sticking with him, but he was definitely a robot tonight. He was able to get them corners cut in the way that he needed to. I don't know how he did it, but he did a hell of a job.
Yeah, it was a heck of a run. He had some speed here tonight. That was fun to watch. Again, P2 for you in the sprint and the feature. I'm going to give you the floor. Anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, give a big shout out to FGR. Thank you for putting the show on and allowing everybody to race here on Wednesday nights. It's been fun, especially for the last 2 seasons. I hope we keep it going. Give a big shout out to Joshua O'Brien. He painted this car for me. Pit boss machine. I hate that the pit boss couldn't smoke everybody tonight, but I was there, but too short.
That you were there, sir, and congratulations again. And we'll see you back on track this Saturday night and take the Gen 6 cars to Homestead.
Oh yeah, that would be a fun race. I
Yeah.
really do enjoy Homestead. Multiple groove tracks. So yeah, it ought to be a good show.
Absolutely, man. Well, we
Hopefully, we'll go
appreciate it.
green to green.
Yeah, hopefully we break this curse of all these yellows and we get some green flag racing for sure. But yeah, you have yourself a great night. Congratulations on second, and we'll see you here soon. Okay, buddy?
Yep. All right.
All right.
Take it easy.
You too, bud. All right, that was Kyle Heath, and we'll go ahead and get Andrew Groves. This is Jason in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got a copy, Jason.
All right, man. That Mustang was fast tonight. You were laying down some really good laps. Top 3 in the feature, get a podium. Good run for you. Tell us about your night. How'd that race go for you? Do you feel like you had anything else for those top 2, or is this just kind of what you expected?
I had nothing for those top 2. It was exactly how I expected. I just kind of ran my race and tried to take care of the Rocky Top Racing Mustang as best as I could tonight. I know Edwin was pressuring me pretty good, but I made a couple mistakes, but gave me the respect and room, and I stayed in front of him, and I guess he had a couple off tracks, and that secured a podium for us tonight.
Absolutely. Heck of a drive. Well done. Good looking car too. I love it. It's a sharp looking car. I'm not a Mustang guy. I'm not a Ford guy really in the world of motorsport. And the Mustang I'm growing onto. And then when you have a sharp paint job on it like that, and of course these GT3 Mustangs, the exhaust is just awesome. It was fun to watch that car on track tonight. And congratulations, sir.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Next week we go to Road Atlanta to wrap up the season. Any early expectations for you for that track?
I've never raced there either.
Oh boy.
The last 3 tracks I've never raced at, and I've did pretty well at, so I have no idea what to expect next week.
That's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with going into a track fresh. You're not set in old set ways with how much they update these cars and these tracks. Sometimes that's not a bad thing. And Road Atlanta is a pretty fast, fun track. Lot of there's a couple real good passing zones in it. Some decent straightaways, and then you got some high speed S's like you had here at VIR, but it is a bit wider track. It's not as skinny. Definitely see a little bit more side-by-side racing in some portions of the track when you have close battles and such, where I think it'll provide, we did it for our season in last year, and it was so good we figured we'd do it again. So I think it'll be a good show, and I'm sure with you getting a few laps of practice on there, getting comfortable with your spots, you'll be running up near the front again next week.
Yeah, I learn pretty quick on these tracks, and I'm a very technical racer. I like technical tracks. I like braking zones, apexes, stuff like that. So, and I like chasing people. I can't be the leader. I like chasing.
You are good at doing the chase. I will agree with that. So, again, congratulations. Great finish tonight. Before we let you go, anybody you want to give a thanks to or a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thanks Hoppy Lucid Graphics for painting the car. Want to shout out to my wife for supporting the league and supporting what we do, and Rocky Top Racing for picking me up. And we all coach each other and hang out and chat and do practice sessions. So I think we can expect big things from these people. So
awesome, man. Awesome to hear. Congratulations to you and your team. I know in chat, Jonathan was like, finally an RTR Mustang on the podium. So he was excited for you. We're going to go ahead and let you go for the night, and then we'll see you. Are you going to be on track Saturday night at Homestead in the Gen 6 series?
Of course I am.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you on track Saturday night, buddy.
All right, see you Saturday.
All right, have a good night, bud.
All right, see you.
All right, that was Andrew Groves, our third place finisher tonight. Great job by him in that sharp looking Mustang. So that is it for us tonight. We will put up our results just to show our overall feature. Travis Roberto wins sweeps tonight. Pole, sprint, and feature race. Kyle Heath, second. Andrew Groves gets a third in the feature. And then if we go up here to the heat, which it should show, He gets third as well for that, and Edwin James gets fourth in the heat. Jareth gets fifth in the heat as well, and that is how they finish in the feature as well. So great top 5 by those drivers, finishing in both the sprint and the heat in their respective positions. And that is it for me for the night. Thank you all for watching and participating along. FGR and First Gear Network will be back live this Saturday night with Gen 6 Cup Series action week 11 from Homestead, Miami Speedway. So see you all there. Until then, have a great night. Enjoy a couple nights to yourself. Have some fun. And we'll see you back on track Saturday night. Thank you very much. Good night.